Hello and welcome to Stocks Advisor channel. Here at our channel, we're looking for interesting buy opportunities for US-based stocks. Today we will talk about Vivint Solar, ticker name VSLR, traded at New York Stock Exchange. Well, VSLR is actually a nice stock, showing very steady growth, and actually starting from April, we see a nice growth that first went till middle of May, and then actually went even with acceleration further from the middle of May until today. And this way you can clearly mention here two trading lines like trend 1 line and trend line 2. And actually now the question is where the stock is going. Is it still good to buy? Is it going to continue? And what we can expect here? Well, to understand this, let's do a general analysis for Vivint Solar. So as we mentioned, starting at the beginning of April, we saw a very nice trending upwards recovery sequence after COVID depth. We saw in one wave, which lasted almost 1.5 months. We finished the first recovery, and then faster track started, trend 2, which consisted actually in two big waves, like longer waves. One started in the middle of May and then lasted until beginning of July. Then it was sitting again at trend 2 line, reconfirming itself. And then another wave started, which was first with big acceleration, sending the stock really extremely over both situation condition, and then actually the price started using moving average 20 as its support line and following further. By the way, here we have three moving averages. It's moving average 20, 50 and 200 being green, blue and red line correspondingly. Well, after beginning of July actually and starting another big wave, it has reconfirmed itself by end of July, beginning of August at moving average 20, and then used moving average 20 as support line, actually time to time piercing it. For example, like at beginning of September, the wave was pierced, reconfirming trend 2. Additionally, also moving average 50 here, this blue line, so it was double support that day. And then we saw another wave starting up. Now, of yesterday and before yesterday trading sessions, we see again seems like this subwave is decelerating and it touched moving average 20, and the question is what's going to happen further. Well, if you do analysis here, if you look carefully here, this last candle is looking like cross with elevated center, so it's something like that, and being on the downwards behavior of the trend. So on this stock movement, usually it might mean, especially touching moving average 20 on its bottom, it might work as a piercer here, especially given also that tomorrow is actually last trading session of the week. Most probably what we will observe, we will see the piercing of moving average 20 and actually establishing somewhere between trend line 2 and moving average 50 here, the blue line. So somewhere here we might see some volatility gain tomorrow, which also would be logical since there is also third support line starting at these levels. So this is the third support line here. Let's call it S1, and then lower there is S2 line, which will be the stronger attractor, because after having a second piercing of moving average 20 and following to the next week, most probably price will start to reestablish itself, so we need a bigger correction. Also, this is reconfirmed by the fact that slowly RSI peaks are declining, and also moving average 20 is flattening here, as well as moving average 50 is showing indications of flattening. So if you would imagine and continue it, it should be something like that in future and something like that. This would mean usually the flattening of these two moving averages on overall upwards behavior and having moving average pattern in general like 20, 50, 200 when moving averages are making this kind of formation. So flattening of the lines usually mean first time they mean a piercing and correction, and correction usually goes to the previous the previous nearest level, the first correction, and that previous nearest level is S2 line. So therefore, it's expected to have a correction until S2 line, making this one as a first buying option. So this first red circle is actually buying option one for VSLR that most probably will appear next week. And once this happens, it will be very interesting to play one wave up until the moving average 20. So this would be interesting play for next week. We're waiting for it. It might happen even tomorrow, the piercing, otherwise somewhere at the beginning of next week. Of course, it's still possible that we will have further volatility upwards at the beginning and only then correction. But this pattern, this correction is inevitably coming because overall moving averages 20 and 50 are flattening. Similarly, if you look at MACD index, you can clearly see that its waving amplitudes are decreasing, so it's kind of flattening, also making its undecisive behavior and actually proposing that soon we will have a stronger correction here. So everything for Vivint Solar talks for correction, and usually first correction goes to the first level, which is S2 line here, then with recovery, and further we will see overall behavior of the stock and possibly some news. So now you know what to expect, what to do, where to enter. So good luck with it. And also please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. This way you will not miss new videos and new interesting discussions for US-based stocks.